What if I told you that just 3 pressure points on your body, your manhood, could quietly, naturally, and powerfully reignite something you thought was gone forever? I'm not talking about some magic pill. I'm not talking about gimmicks or late-night commercials that promise the world and leave you feeling frustrated and unseen. I'm talking about something simple. Something ancient. Something your body already knows, but may have forgotten. Now let me ask you something personal. And I want you to really think about this. When was the last time you woke up, feeling like you? Not tired. Not disconnected. But strong. Alive. Charged. That feeling you used to get as a younger man, when you'd wake up and know your body was still in the game. When the mornings felt like a quiet kind of victory. But now? Maybe those mornings are rare. Or maybe they've disappeared entirely. And you've told yourself it's just age. You've accepted it. Maybe even tried to laugh it off. Saying, well, those days are behind me. But deep down, in the quiet places, maybe it hurts. Not because you care so much about sex, but because you miss the man you used to feel like. Because part of you wonders, am I fading? Here's the truth that no one tells you, you don't have to fade. You're still here. And your body, yes, even now, is capable of far more than you think. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 pressure points that every man over 70 should know about. They're simple. They're safe. And they've helped thousands of men wake up hard again, without pills, without pain, and without shame. We'll talk about how these points work, why they work, and exactly how you can use them as a daily ritual to bring life, warmth, and strength back into your mornings. This isn't just about performance. It's about dignity. It's about confidence. It's about waking up and feeling like yourself again. So, if you're curious, if even a small part of you is wondering, could this really work for me? Drop a comment below that says, I'm curious. And make sure you hit that subscribe button for more real, honest guidance from Senior Care HQ, where aging doesn't mean giving up, it means growing into your strength. Let's get into it. You ready? Let me introduce you to George. George is 74. A retired teacher. The kind of man who used to fix leaky pipes on weekends, read history books on his porch, and always kept his shoes polished. He had a full life. Still does. But somewhere in his early 70s, he noticed something missing. His mornings changed. He no longer woke up with the same sense of readiness. He shrugged it off at first. It's just age, he told himself. But deep down, something about it bothered him. Not because of ego, but because of what it meant. That maybe his body was slowly closing a door he wasn't ready to shut. One day, at a community wellness event, he heard something unusual. A practitioner spoke about an area called the pelvic triangle. A zone just beside the base of the pelvis, where blood flow, nerves, and life force intersect. He was skeptical, but curious. So, he started small. Each morning, right after getting out of bed, George sat on the edge, breathed deeply, and gently massaged the area just beside his pubic bone. One side at a time. And over the weeks, something shifted. He didn't just wake up stronger, he felt different. More alert. More in tune with himself. The kind of change that doesn't come from a bottle, but from reconnecting with your own biology. Now, here's what's happening beneath the surface. There's a nerve in your body called the pudendal nerve. It's not famous like the heart or the brain, but it's a powerhouse. It runs through your pelvis and controls much of what happens down there. Blood flow, sensation, function. As we age, this nerve can become less responsive. Muscles tighten. Circulation slows. But here's the good news, when you apply gentle, consistent pressure to the pelvic triangle, you're not just moving skin. You're encouraging blood vessels to open. You're reawakening nerves that have been idle. You're reminding your body how to send energy where it belongs. Too often, men over 70 believe the decline is inevitable. That they've crossed a line and there's no way back. But that belief, that surrender, is the biggest mistake of all. Because the body doesn't stop working. It just stops being listened to. Here's exactly what to do: sit comfortably or lie down. Take 2 fingers, your index and middle, and place them just outside the base of your pelvis, on either side. Apply gentle, circular pressure, slow and steady, for about 30 seconds on each side. No need to press hard. This isn't about force, it's about presence. Do this either right before bed or right after waking up. Breathe deeply while you do it. That oxygen helps. This ritual takes 1 minute. And it might just help you reclaim a part of yourself you thought was gone. But the pelvic triangle? It's just the beginning. Because there's another pressure point that holds hidden power. It's not up top. It's below the surface. Tucked quietly under your thighs. And for some men, it's the one that changes everything. Let's go there next. Let me tell you about Arthur. Arthur is 77. A quiet widower. Lived a good life with his wife for nearly 5 decades. When she passed, something in him dimmed. Not just emotionally, but physically too. He didn't talk about it much. He felt embarrassed. Disconnected. Like his body had slowly gone into hibernation. One day, at a local gym class, just something to stay active, he met an instructor who noticed Arthur was walking with less energy, less rhythm in his step. They started talking. And that's when the instructor mentioned something unexpected. Not a supplement. Not a pill. But a pressure point on the inner thigh. A place Arthur had never even considered could affect his vitality. It sounded odd. But Arthur was open. That night, he followed the instructions. Just sat quietly, breathed deeply, and pressed gently along the inside of his thigh, right between the knee and the groin. The next morning, he felt something. Not a lightning bolt, not a miracle. But warmth. Circulation. A kind of subtle buzz, like life flowing back into places that had felt asleep for years. That's when he knew, his body wasn't done. It had just been waiting for the right invitation. Now, let's talk about the why. In traditional research medicine, this area, just along the inner thigh, is called part of the kidney meridian. And the kidneys? They're seen as the wellspring of life energy. They govern not just your physical vitality, but your reproductive strength, your endurance, your spark. Modern science backs this up in its own way too. That region is rich in blood vessels and lymph nodes, critical channels for circulation and hormone flow. Stimulating it gently helps direct energy toward your pelvic zone, which often suffers from lack of movement and stimulation in later years. And yet, most men overlook it. Why? Because it doesn't feel directly related. It's not where the issue shows up, so they don't think to start there. But in reflexology, in acupressure, and even in energy medicine, this spot is what they call a gateway. Not the destination, but the opening. The access point to a system that's still very much alive inside you. So here's what to do. Sit or lie down somewhere comfortable. Take your thumb, and press gently into the soft muscle along the inner thigh, start about halfway between your knee and your groin. Use slow, upward strokes. Follow the natural shape of your thigh muscle. Do one leg at a time, about 60 seconds each. There's no need to rush. The key here is intention, not pressure. If the area feels sensitive, that's okay. You can place a warm cloth over it first. That warmth helps soften the tissue and makes the massage more soothing. Try this before bed, or after a warm shower when your body is relaxed. Over time, you may notice not just improved blood flow, but something deeper. A shift in energy. A subtle return of sensitivity. The kind of responsiveness that reminds you, you're still here. You're still you. And now, we come to the third and final point. It's the most private, and for many, the most powerful. It's a place we often ignore, or feel awkward even thinking about. But when gently awakened, it can restore a level of connection most men thought was lost forever. Now I know, this next part might feel a little uncomfortable. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, this sounds too weird, too personal, maybe even a little silly. And that's okay. Skepticism is natural. But I want to tell you something Harold said. Harold is 80. Sharp as a tack. Lives alone. Takes care of his own house. One of those men who's seen everything, from war to grandkids' graduations. He told me once, laughing, I thought this whole idea was a joke, until I woke up hard 3 mornings in a row. And he wasn't exaggerating. He didn't change his diet. Didn't start taking pills. All he did was add this one quiet habit before bed. What did he do? He applied gentle pressure at the base of his shaft. Right where the body and the root meet. No fancy equipment. No oils. Just his hand. A few quiet moments. And a little bit of focus. Now here's why this area matters so much. The base of the shaft isn't just flesh. It's a hub. Underneath the skin, you've got layers of vascular tissue, connected to the corpora cavernosa. That's the sponge-like area that fills with blood during arousal. You've also got nerves, fascia, and critical blood vessels that bring oxygen into the area. And when you gently press around this zone, especially in slow, circular motions, you stimulate the release of something powerful, nitric oxide. Now, you don't need to remember that name like a doctor would. Just know this, nitric oxide is your body's natural way of opening up blood vessels. It helps blood flow freely. It tells your body, hey, it's time to move energy down here again. And that's exactly what many men are missing, not drive, not desire, but circulation. Blood doesn't flow as easily as it used to. The nervous system gets sluggish. And with time, responsiveness fades. But here's the thing, it can come back. You just have to give your body a chance. Now, I want to be very clear, this is not about sexual stimulation. This isn't about pleasure or arousal. This is about healing. Restoring function. Activating blood flow, not chasing sensation. And a lot of men make the mistake of overstimulating. Thinking more is better. But when it comes to this technique, less is more. Here's how to do it. Take your index finger, and make a gentle knuckle, just bend it so the knuckle is pointing out slightly. Now, at the base of your shaft, right where it connects to your body, use that knuckle to press in slow, circular motions. Small circles. About 10 to 20 seconds per side. Don't rush. Don't press too hard. Think of it as waking something up, not forcing it to move. Do it before bed, when your body is relaxed. Or right after a warm shower. Let the warmth help ease blood into the area. It's quiet. It's simple. It's yours. Now imagine this, you're doing the pelvic triangle in the morning. The inner thigh massage after dinner. And this base of the shaft press right before bed. That's not just a routine. That's a ritual. A daily, powerful, non-invasive act of reclaiming what aging has tried to take. Not with noise. Not with hype. But with gentle action. With presence. With care. But let's be honest for a moment. This is about more than blood flow. More than morning stiffness or physical performance. This is about something deeper. Let's talk about what this really means, not for your body, but for your heart. Let's be honest. It can feel deeply disheartening when your body stops responding the way it once did. You might lie in bed some mornings, quietly noticing the absence of something that used to be automatic. No strength. No firmness. Just stillness. And maybe you try not to think about it. You tell yourself it's normal. You joke about it to friends. Or maybe, you just stop bringing it up at all. But I want you to hear me now, clearly. You are not broken. You are not less of a man because things have changed. And you are certainly not alone. Every man goes through seasons. And aging doesn't mean your connection to your body is over. It just means that connection needs a new kind of attention, a new kind of care. One that's slow, steady, and full of respect. See, this journey we've taken together. It's not about chasing some version of your younger self. This isn't about ego. It's not about trying to prove something. And it's definitely not about vanity. It's about reclaiming vitality. It's about dignity. It's about that feeling of waking up and saying, I still recognize the man in the mirror. You deserve that. Not because you're trying to be who you used to be, but because the man you are today still matters. Still feels. Still wants to connect, with himself, with life, with intimacy, if it's there. And here's the beautiful part, you have tools now. Simple, natural, and within your control. No prescriptions. No devices. Just your hands. Your breath. Your body. And a quiet willingness to show up for yourself. So here's what I want you to do, try this ritual, for just 7 days. That's it. Give yourself that. Each day, take 5 minutes. Do the pelvic triangle massage in the morning. The inner thigh press in the evening. And the gentle base of shaft stimulation before bed. And then, just listen. Write down how you feel. Not just physically, but emotionally. Did you feel warmer? Did you feel more present in your body? Did something shift, even slightly? Even the smallest spark can mean your system is waking up again. And if you don't feel anything right away, that's okay too. Because what matters most is that you're reconnecting. You're tuning in. You're not giving up on yourself. The journey of aging doesn't have to be passive. It doesn't have to be something that just happens to you. You're not a passenger. You're still the one at the wheel. You have tools. You have knowledge. You have the right to explore your own wellness with dignity and courage. And more than anything, you have hope. And hope, my friend. That's the most powerful thing of all. Alright, before we wrap up, let's take a moment to quickly recap what we've covered today, just to lock it in. First, there's the pelvic triangle, that spot beside the base of your pelvis that helps jumpstart circulation and activates key nerves. It's like waking up a part of your body that's been quiet for a while. Then, we explored the inner thigh meridian, that hidden channel running along your inner thigh, linked to the flow of vitality and energy, awakening life force in ways you might not expect. And finally, the most intimate of all, the base of the shaft, a powerful vascular hub that, with gentle pressure, can help encourage natural blood flow and support those stronger morning responses we all want to see again. Used daily, these 3 simple points come together to create a natural, gentle ritual that can reignite your morning vitality, and it doesn't require any complicated tools or expensive treatments. Just your hands, your focus, and a bit of time. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these points are you most curious to try first? Or maybe you already have a morning ritual that's helped you feel more alive and connected. Whatever it is, don't keep it to yourself. Let's open up the conversation. Drop your thoughts, questions, or experiences down in the comments below. This is a space to share, learn, and support one another. If you found this video valuable or inspiring, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel reach more people who need this information. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Senior Care HQ, your go-to spot for aging with strength, awareness, and pride. We've got plenty more coming that'll help you live well and feel well, every day. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. You've just taken a powerful step toward reclaiming your energy, your confidence, and your joy. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and always take good care of yourself.